In 1608, Britishers invaded India for the first time. India was unknown from the fact that the big danger was sailing towards their nation. British East India Company came to India as traders, but as the time passed, their thoughts changed and they started conquering the parts of India, and gradually whole India became their colony. Namaste children, today we are going to start with your history chapter, When People Rebel, 1857 and after. In this chapter, we are going to start with causes of the revolt of 1857, from Meerut to Delhi event, East India Company fights back, aftermath of the revolt. Now children, we are going to discuss causes of revolt. First, political causes. Second, military causes. And third, socio-religious causes. Lord Dalhousie's policies of annexation and doctrine of lapse were the significant cause of revolt of 1857. According to this policy, the kingdom with no natural heir would be merged under the British rule. Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi became the victim of lapse policy. Lakshmi Bai's adopted son was not recognized as the heir to the kingdom by the East India Company. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II, pleaded that he should be given his father's pension when the latter died. However, the company, confident of its superiority and military powers, turned down these pleas. In 1801, a subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh, and in 1856 it was taken over. Governor-General Dalhousie declared that the territory was being misgoverned and British rule was needed to ensure proper administration. The company even began to plan how to bring Mughal dynasty to an end. The name of Mughal king was removed from the coin. Governor-General Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the family of king would be shifted out of the Red Fort and given another place to reside. Children, this was all about political causes. Now we are going to start with the military causes. In 1857, Britishers introduced a new Enfield rifle. Loading the Enfield rifles required soldiers to bite off the ends of greased cartridges. Now, these greased cartridges or firearms were made from the skin of cows and pigs. These things hurt the religious sentiments of the Indian sepoys, as the cows were religious to Hindus and pigs were religious to Muslims. In those days, Indian sepoys believed that if they crossed the sea, they would lose their religion and caste. So, when in 1824 the sepoys were told to go to Burma by the sea route to fight for the company, they refused to follow the orders. Now, in spite of doing hard work, the Indian sepoys were paid low wages and their chances of promotions were bleak. Children, these were the military causes. Now let's move on to the socio-religious causes. Britishers tried to interfere in the social life of Indians. Some people thought that by abolishing sati system and encouraging the remarriage of widows, Britishers were trying to hurt the religious sentiments. In 1850, a new laws were passed to make conversion to Christianity easier. So Indians felt that British rule were destroying their social customs and their traditional ways of life. From Meerut to Delhi, on 29 March 1857, Mangal Pandey, a young soldier, was hanged to death for attacking his officers in Barakpur. The response of the other Indian soldiers in Meerut was quite extraordinary. They marched to the jail to Meerut and released the imprisoned sepoys. The sepoys rode all night to 10th May to reach Delhi. The regiments stationed in Delhi also rose up in rebellion, and many British officers were killed, arms and ammunition seized, buildings set on the fire. The soldiers forcibly met Bahadur Shah Zafar and proclaimed him as their leader. The company fights back. the company decided to repress the revolt with all its might. Delhi was recaptured from the rebel forces in September 1857. The last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Jafar was summoned in the court and sentenced to life imprisonment. He, along his wife, was sent to prison in Rangoon. The people continued to resist and battle the British. The British had to fight for 2 years to suppress the massive forces of popular rebellion. Now we will study the aftermaths of 1857 revolt. First, the powers were transferred from East India Company to British Crown. Second, the Governor General of India was given the title Viceroy. Third, policies were made to protect landlords and zamindars. Fourth, the British decided to respect the customary, religious and social practices of Indians. Here we end up with the chapter, The Revolt of 1857.